Dangerously cheesy. Wonder what that's supposed to mean. Whoa! Oh, what was that about? It's not easy being cheesy. Oh no. Whoa. Oh. Woohoo! Well, I guess that's what dangerously cheesy means. Gotta love that Cheeto dust. Anyways, I am Country Boy, and this is Whatcha Figure. Welcome back to the channel. Today, if you didn't guess it, we're opening up Chester Cheetah from the Cheetos franchise, I guess. The food, the snack that everybody loves. Are you a crunchy Cheeto guy, or are you like the Puffs Cheeto guy? I'm a little in between. Now, as a kid, I was always a Puffs guy, and I kind of graduated to like the harder stuff. But I do love the red Flamin' Hot ones. Oh, those are good. And they are making also a Flamin' Hot Chester Cheeto guy, too. A Chester Cheetah, I should say. But I didn't go for that guy because he's a little more expensive. And he does glow. He glows red. It looks really cool. But I don't know. He looked a little more plasticky than this guy. And I was like, you know, if I'm going to get one, I'm going to get the original. This is the Cheeto guy that I know, that I love. I got to go with this guy. And from what I've seen so far, this guy looks freaking awesome. I love the commercial, the old classic commercials of this guy. He oozes coolness, right? That's what Chester Cheetah is all about. So without further ado, let's get to looking at the packaging. So I guess I'm a guy who collects food mascots now. I got Chester Cheetah here from Cheetos, the crunchy version of him. As you can see, I don't know why it's 13 plus. You can eat the Chester Cheetos when you're a lot younger than that, can't you? Maybe they don't want you eating the figure. Maybe that's the whole idea here. But yeah, it looks a lot like basically the packaging that you would get for some Cheetos. It's pretty much what you would get. It's him on a skateboard, bunch of Cheetos flying all over the place. Chester Cheetah signed at the bottom there. Action figure. Let's go to the side here. And then there's basically it looks like your ingredients or your nutritional value would be for this. Collector quality paint, 100%. Collector quality sculpt, 100%. That's awesome. Alternate head, hand, Cheeto, bag, all this stuff is what it comes with. And then on the back, it's not easy being cheesy, as he likes to say. Boom, that is classic Chester Cheetah. Awesome. Right there is another image of the guy right there. Pretty cool, Chester Cheetah. Go to the top, Cheetos on the top. They got their name brand everywhere is here. And then the bottom there, Jada. That's who made this, is the Jada Toys guys. Which I'm more known for actual their cars, all of their die-cast cars. I got a bunch of DeLoreans from Jada. I don't have any actual figures from them yet, even though I know they are definitely getting into the action figure market with a lot of their stuff, like their Street Fighter figures. Those things, everybody's raving about those. They're saying those are awesome. They've also come out with some other characters from food, like a bunch of breakfast foods. Like they got the Count Chocula, they got Boo Berry, they got I think they got Frankenberry. I think they may even have more. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't get those guys. I got this guy, but maybe we'll get something in the future. Like I know they got a Tony the Tiger coming. That's pretty sweet. Maybe if there's some Toucan Sams and maybe there's some Snap, Crackle, and Pops coming, maybe we'll get those guys as well too. But just like a NECA Ultimate does, this thing opens up. Show you an image of Chester Cheetah, not the figure, but the actual cartoon character right there. And there is Chester Cheetah with all of his stuff inside there. So there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. And here is the coolest cat hawking all those tasty treats that everybody loves. Not Frosted Flakes. We ain't talking about no Tony the Tiger here. We're talking some Cheetos. That's right. We got Chester Cheetah out of the packaging. And he's awesome. This guy is as cool as he looks. This is a cool figure. Just telling you right now. Like this guy is sly and fly and cool as F. But let's look at some accessories while we are here. Starting with these two hands. So on the right hand, he must be a right-handed guy because he's always eating the Cheetos with his right hand. He's got the Cheetos dust on the fingerprints right there, which is an awesome accessory to have. That is so great, just to add a little bit of extra detail. Got the orange and you got the spots. So, and it's not just pure orange too. It's got like a faded effect going on as well too. So it's orange and it fades, and then it's got the black. It's just really well done. And then like I said, the Cheeto dust on the front, awesome. And then this hand as well too, same idea, just no Cheeto dust because he uses his right hand to eat. Very well done. And then you also got this Cheeto here, also looking like a Cheeto does. It put this in his hand. I understand where the Cheeto dust comes from because this looks like it came right out of the bag. I want to chew on this thing, but it does have a little more weight than an actual Cheeto would, so I don't think it's going to taste quite as well. You know, for my fans, I'll try. I'll try it. Definitely not a Cheeto. That is a piece of plastic. Do not put that in your mouth. And maybe I should wash my mouth with soap after that. Then moving on to this accessory here, we've got a bag of Cheetos, which does not scale at all with this. Man, who was behind this? They didn't have actual scaled Cheetos for him to hold. He's got this big ass one that I can hold. That doesn't make any sense. Come on, man. I'm just kidding. This is actually a really cool accessory as well too. It looks like a classic bag of Cheetos. And then you got a whole bunch of stuff on the back there, Cheetos. I don't know if you can zoom in on that. You probably can't read that. I don't think it's quite legible, but it looks really well done. It looks like I got an awesome bag of Cheetos. A bit of heft to this as well too. It is not hollow. And then you also have the secondary head right here. So looking at this head, you can see the different oranges going on. So you can see the darker orange kind of in the cheeks, and then you got, it kind of fades onto the nose like a lighter yellow. Same with the front here. It's got like a lighter yellow going on, and then you got like his whiskers going down here, the mouth, and then these whiskers on the sides. They are kind of like almost like a bristle or a brush from a hairbrush. It's kind of what it feels like right here. These, so they're rigid. I don't think they'll break, and I don't think they're bendable. So they're a perfect thing for a whisker. And then he has these sunglasses as well too, which I do not believe come off. I'm not going to try because I'll probably just break something, and I don't see any pupils back in behind there anyway, so it'd be pointless to do that in the first place. But yeah, it looks really awesome. Love the awesome detail, the whites, the oranges, the yellows, the blacks. Everything works together to make an awesome looking Chester Cheetah. And the mouth doesn't articulate, neither does this mouth. So they got two different versions. You got the closed mouth, and this is the open mouth with the teeth showing. One thing that I would have loved for them to have done is on the actual box or the bag, I should say, as the big open mouth like that. Like the crazy looking Chester Cheetah. That would have been cool if they could have had a head like that. Not necessary, but you know, these are very similar heads. I don't know if it's really necessary to have these two heads when you could have had like a more expressive one with a big open mouth. Maybe in the future, I don't know. That's it. Some food for thought. Food for thought. Jada, I'm writing this stuff for you. So again, the head is exactly the same level of detail, just showing some teeth on the sides and on the front and whatnot. Really well done. And then you see obviously the same level of detail throughout the rest of the figure. Just really cool, orangish, yellowish, black spots. He is a cheetah. He looks really cool. Big old feet. Look at these shoes he's got here. Look at the spots he's got, or the dots on the feet. He's got some good grips. Yeah, so he stands pretty easily because he has his big old feet, which is nice. But let's look at some articulation while we are here. Looking at the head all the way around, side to side, really well. Oh my goodness, what a great figure. And then the arm goes up so darn far. That is great movement of the arm. Wow, that is just fantastic. And then it goes in as well too. It's a single joint, but it goes in more than you would think a single joint would. That is great. And then great. Man, I'm doing Tony the Tiger now. What the heck? That is cheesy, I should say. And then he's got also more of the cheesiness on his fingers here. So he's been eating Chester Cheetos. Oh, they're called Cheetos. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that. And then the hands, they go in and out like that. Really well movement. That doesn't make any sense. Anywho, we're going to keep that in there. And then you got waist articulation. And it must be on a spring or an elastic or something, because it jumps back. Every time I move it, I'm not sure what the reasoning for that would be. Why they would want it to move back. Why we would give it in the first place. But I guess it does give you a little bit of forward and back as well too, which is good. It's a really good movement. And then the legs, they go forward really far and they go back about that far. They do have a thigh cut up there as well too. They go sideways, really good splits. Look at those. And then you've also got the knee joint goes up really good. He can almost kick his own butt. And then is there some movement here as well? Oh yeah, there's like a boot cut as well too. Really good. And he has some good ankle rocker movement as well too. This guy is better than he really needs to be, honestly. They could have had him like do like 5 POA and people would have been probably happy with that. But this guy has so much articulation. He's got so much character. It is a really impressive figure. I am not gonna lie. I am really loving this thing. But you know what? Let's do some comparisons to some other figures that I think are rocking also as well. Stay tuned for that. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this episode, and if you are, hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave some comments down below. I really appreciate it. I read all the comments that everybody sends to me. I love all the likes. I love all the subscriptions. You guys, I definitely appreciate every one of you. And you know what? I'm CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there, also known as CountryBoyNiner, on a bunch of different platforms like here on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm also on another channel with my friends called Wasted Opinions. We have a blast. Sometimes we talk Cheetos. Maybe not. I don't know if we've ever talked Cheetos, but we will in the future because I'm opening up this guy, so I'm going to bring him up. So you better check out our channel. But without further ado, let's get back to Chester Cheetah. And you know what? Just because I can, here is an actual Cheeto for comparison. And you can see the tone. They nailed it. It is very close to an actual Cheeto, and it's just the bumpiness of it and just everything. Obviously, the Cheeto dust does come off on the actual Cheeto, but it does not come off on that, which is nice. I don't want to get Cheeto dust all over my fingers every time I move this guy. And you can see he's obviously holding the bag, so he can hold the bag, he can hold the Cheeto, which is great. Having a guy being able to hold his accessories is essential. So let's do some comparisons, some other figures that I think are just awesome, cool, rad dudes. Starting with this guy right here, only because I figured, you know what? He's got a skateboard. Usually Chester Cheetah has a skateboard. In commercials and stuff like that, you'll see him like riding a skateboard and whatnot. But obviously they didn't come with a skateboard. It's not necessary. I don't even know if I would use it on him anyways. But here is Marty McFly from Back to the Future, rocking a hoverboard. So I just threw that in there because that's the only reason why. Because I think he's a cool dude. He plays guitar and he rides a hoverboard and a skateboard, and this guy rides a skateboard too. So that's the only reason why I threw him in there. And then another cool dude is probably the coolest dude you'll ever find in the Marvel Universe. We got Spider-Man. And I just want to throw in a comparison so you can see size-wise kind of how this guy scales. So Spider-Man's about the 6-inch scale, if you will, or 1/12. Maybe just slightly above or below that for this guy. But yeah, there you go. You can kind of see he's slightly below the 6-inch range. But I don't know how big Chester Cheetah is supposed to be, because I know I've seen in commercials where he's a big guy, or he's like a regular sized human, or he's got the creepy commercials. Did you see those creepy ones that came out a few years ago where he's like a smaller guy, and he just kind of creeps in on people and he's making sure that they're having their Cheetos. I don't know what the point of those ones were. They're good commercials. It just, he was kind of a creepy guy. He wasn't as cool as he was back in the 90s. But yeah, that's Spider-Man anyways. And then I'll throw in the last guy right here. He's probably the coolest, gnarliest dude that I got. We got Mondo Gecko from the Spider-Man. From the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. This is the Super 7 version. Classic version is the Playmates one, but this is the Super 7 version. And he looks really cool. He's doing the Shaka bra thing. And he's got a skateboard as well too. And he's definitely a character from the 80s, 90s. Totally fits in with the motif that I'm kind of going with, these cool dudes. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that this guy has stood the test of time? Do you think that he has some awesome treats? Do you like Cheetos? I know I do. I love myself some Cheetos, whether it be the puffs or the crunchies or the spicy ones. I like them all. I'll eat myself some Cheetos every day of the week if I can. But that is gonna do it for this video. I am Country Boy, and I put the sass in Sarsaparilla. But as always, be sure to let me know what you think.